Most people don't avoid thinking about money because they don't care. They avoid it because thinking about money creates emotional discomfort. Money forces the brain to face uncertainty, future risks, limited control, and the possibility of making mistakes that can't be easily undone. The human brain is designed to minimize psychological pain. So when a topic repeatedly triggers anxiety or fear, the brain learns to stay away from it. Avoidance becomes a form of self-protection. Thinking about money often activates uncomfortable questions. What if this isn't enough? What if I'm already behind? What if I make the wrong decision? These questions rarely have immediate answers, and unanswered questions create mental tension. To reduce that tension, the brain redirects attention elsewhere. Not because someone is irresponsible, but because the brain is trying to feel safe. Money is also deeply tied to personal identity. Income, savings, and financial stability are often linked to competence, independence, and self-worth. When finances feel uncertain, the brain interprets it as a threat to identity. This is why people feel shame when reviewing their finances, or anxiety when planning long-term goals, or discomfort when discussing money openly. Avoidance protects the ego from these emotions. There's also the issue of complexity. Money decisions are rarely simple. They involve trade-offs, delayed rewards, and future consequences. The brain prefers clarity and immediate outcomes. When decisions feel complicated, the brain postpones them. "I'll deal with it later" becomes an emotional escape. Modern systems make avoidance even easier. Payments are automatic. Spending is digital. Debt feels abstract, without physical cues. The brain underestimates the impact of financial choices. Over time, avoidance turns into a habit. The brain learns that not thinking about money reduces stress in the moment, so it repeats the behavior. Unfortunately, the pressure doesn't disappear. It accumulates quietly. Problems grow in the background. And when attention becomes unavoidable, the emotional weight feels overwhelming. This reinforces the cycle. Thinking about money feels painful. Avoiding it feels relieving. So the brain chooses relief. Understanding this pattern changes the narrative. Avoidance is not laziness. It's not ignorance. And it's not a lack of discipline. It's a nervous system response to perceived threat. Real progress doesn't start with forcing motivation. It starts with making financial thinking feel safer. When fear decreases, clarity increases. And when the brain feels safe enough to look, planning replaces avoidance.